So tell me something about the Chosat Yogini temple.
Sir, Chauncet Yogi Temple is a temple in Morena district of MP. It's a temple of goddess. And
What is the significance of the temple?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of that significance of that.
Okay. Tell me the biosphere reserves in Madhya Pradesh.
Sorry, sir, I haven't read the MP components.
Have you heard of Panchmadi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, tell me about, have you heard of greyhounds?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
So it is the anti-Naxalite operation, which is started by the Andhra Pradesh police. Flush out the Naxalites from their territories. It was quite successful as well.
Who are Naxals?
So Naxals are the people who are motivated by the ideology of Mao Zedong, the leader of Communist Party of India, Marxism. And the target is to have the separate corridor, which is known as Red Corridor. This comprises of certain pockets of Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Jharkhand, and certain section of Andhra Pradesh as well.
What more?
Sir, it is one of the grave situation in our country, as our former Prime Minister lamented, Manmohan Singh lamented that this is one of the serious problems. And the government have taken multiple steps as well, like the National Action and Strategy Plan 2015. And also different capacity building program was also made, like the Cobra Battalion of CRPF, Bastariya Battalion of CRPF. Apart from it, various other programs like fortification of police stations in that particular districts, providing them with modern weaponries and other machineries. And so for their welfare, there are different other programs like Watan Ko Jano program of CPF was conducted there, so that they will join mainstream India. And for that, they have also launched different.
Tell me what was the origin of the Naxalite movement? What was the origin?
Sir, the Naxalite movement started from the Naxalbari village in the Darjeeling district of West Bengal. It was started from there.
Fine. Name 3 major insurgent groups of the Northeast.
Yes, sir. So there are multiple groups. I would like to mention 3. That is Alpha. That is United Liberation Front of Assam. And we also have in the Manipur People's Liberation Army. Apart from it, there is another one, that is Manipur Liberation Front. And so I would also like to mention NSCN, that is National Socialist Council of Nagaland, who are continuously demanding a separate territory, separate statehood for themselves, that is known as Greater Nagaland.
What are the major factions of NSCN?
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat it?
What are the major factions of NSCN?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it.
Okay. Tell me, what are the ways through which the Indian government can counter the threat of insurgency in the Northeast? What are the steps that can be taken?
Sir, multiple steps can be taken. First of all, I think the representation from the Northeast territories should be increased. As of now in the Lok Sabha, there are hardly 1 or 2 seats into the Lok Sabha. If the representation got increased, they have their say in the matters of their territories. Apart from it, the issues of Kuki and Maiti, which is one of the gravest issue there, it should be noticed as soon as possible. There should be peace talks there. And apart from it, sir, the capacity building of our forces should also be increased, because our external state actors like China is continuously feeding the terrorism in the Northeast area. They are providing weapons, they are providing drugs, so as to destabilize our country, especially the Northeast area.
Tell me, what is the location of Yangtze Ridge?
Sir, as far as I know from my knowledge, sir, it is situated near the Tawang region. Sir, it is nearby McMahon line, I think, sir. I'm not sure,
Why
sir.
was it in news?
Sir, I think there was a communal clash there. There was a clash between China and India. There was a standoff there back in 2017, I believe.
2017? Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
You should be sure before you say that. What is the free movement regime? FMR.
Sir, free movement regime is a regime in which two countries agreed to move into each other's territory for a certain kilometer. Like, sir, we have the free movement regime with Myanmar. Under it, Myanmar people can enter into India for around 16 to 17 kilometers. And similarly, India can go into Myanmar territory around 16 to 17 kilometers from the border.
Is it still operational?
Sir, it is not. Sir, I think the talk is going on to remove it. Sir.
Talk is going, or has it been removed?
Sir, I think it has been removed, sir. I'm not sure.
You should be sure. Okay. Tell me, what is your understanding of the ramifications of the regime change in India's immediate neighbor, Bangladesh? And what do you see should be India's steps in maintaining peace and stability in the South Asian region?
Sir, Bangladesh has witnessing multiple clashes because as in 2018, the Bangladesh government has revoked the 30% reservation which is given to the members of freedom fighters who have fight for the 1971 war. But sir, as of now, High Court of Bangladesh has said that it should be launched again. So it is the Bangladesh is witnessing clashes. Sir, I believe, sir, its impact on India can be seen because the government of Sheikh Hasina is pro-India. It provides India with multiple projects to be conducted in Bangladesh. But after their exile to India, India's trade relation, India's defense relation will be affected.
Who is the interim chief of Bangladesh, interim premier?
Sir, Muhammad Yunus is the interim chief of PM of.
What is he famous for, Mr. Muhammad Yunus?
Sorry, sir.
What is Mr. Muhammad Yunus famous for?
I am not aware of it.
Okay. Tell me briefly about the main points of convergence of India and Israel.
Sir, India and Israel has long standing and time-tested partners of each other, where India recognized the existence of Israel for the first time. Sir, their main point of convergence is defense pillar, where both engage very connectedly. India is one of the largest buyer of defense equipment from Israel. So we can take the example of Spike Mark II missile. Apart from it, Barak missile, and also the Heron UAV. Sir, we procure from him. And apart from it, sir, agriculture is the another pillar where we engage for the development of agriculture in our country.
Okay. Tell me, what do you see is the way forward for India in Afghanistan? What should be India's strategic approach in the northwestern frontier?
Sir, specifically talking about Afghanistan, sir, I think somewhere Taliban has a pro-India approach, as it is. It can be seen in the news fronts. Taliban has also commented to India that you should continue your project, as India has invested heavily in Afghanistan, like the Salma Dam. Apart from it, the construction of Afghanistan Parliament, and also sir, the Jaranj-Dilaram Highway. So I think India should start it neutrally with Afghanistan, keeping our interest in mind that we have invested so much. So benefit should be extracted out of it. So as of now, we should work on the basis of our interests, because it is said that in the international geopolitics, interest matters. Thereafter, relation.
Okay, tell me, China is building its economic corridor through the PAK occupied Kashmir, the CPEC I'm talking about, going through POK and then ending at Gwadar port. Don't you think it is the violation of India's sovereignty, and what can be done to counter Chinese aggression in that region?
So definitely, the CPEC is a 3,000 kilometer long corridor which connect the Xinjiang province of China to the Gwadar port of Pakistan. It passes through LAC, which is a part of India, and it is the violation of sovereignty of India. So, sir, there is a need to talk at the head of the state level, at the defense level. Talk is the only solution, sir. If we go for war, then it is quite horrendous for both the teams, India or China, sir. Apart from it, you also ensure proper military deployment there to give any answer to defend our country and to create a deterrence that if they go beyond it, then necessary action will be taken from India's side.
Which security agency guards the Indo-Nepal border?
Sir, Indo-Nepal border is the mandate of SSB, that is Sashastra Seema Bal. It has a responsibility to manage around 700
Thank you. Your interview is over.
Sir?
Your interview is over. Thank you. Let's see. Let's have some feedback now.
Sir.
First, let us hear from you. What is your assessment of your interview?
Sir, this is my first interview, so I'm a little nervous. I think I've read
Why
properly, but I'm not able to deliver it properly, sir.
Why are you nervous?
So this is for the first time I'm preparing for any interview.
It's okay.
I have applied for SSG, but I was unable to reach to the personal interview round. I end up in the screening itself, sir. So this is
no worries. It is perfectly fine. Feeling nervous is okay. We have to start somewhere, and today you have made that start. It's only going to be better from here.
Okay? Sir.
So a few observations I would like to say. First of all, you can be a bit slow in the speed and loud in your pitch.
So.
ठीक है, थोड़ा सा धीमे बोलना है और pitch ऊंची करके बोलना है. Okay. When I asked about the Chaucer Yogini temple, the answer was decent. You could have done better, but that is still fine. When I asked about the Greyhounds thing and you started to explain about Naxalism, see, try to explain a little bit more.
Sure.
I was wanting that maybe you will say a little bit more. You stopped after just a little bit. Always make your answers comprehensive, not too long, not too short. It should be sufficient enough. Maybe 1 to 2 minutes at least. That should be your answer length. Okay. It should sufficiently address the question. And when we are talking about Yangtze Ridge, you mentioned about the communal clash first, and then you talked about the Chinese aggression. Always be careful with the choice of words. You should think and then speak rather than speaking and then, saying that something else. Be careful when you speak about that. About the free movement regime, you should have known whether it is revoked or not. You should not have guessed there. So avoid guessing when you don't know the exact answer. And when you mentioned that government of Sheikh Hasina is pro-India, it was pro-India. So again, you are talking in the present tense when the government is already toppled. Okay, so that little variation also needs. And Muhammad Yunus is a very popular person. You should have known about his Nobel Prize, his journey with the microfinance self-help groups in Bangladesh. So that is very important. That question you should have known. Israel question was fine. Afghanistan was fine. And in between you said, to sir, to. You used Hindi word. To sir, isme aise hoga. Something like that. So avoid using any Hindi words during the interview. Right? That is a minute observation I have made. Okay? कई बार हम बोलते बोले तो सर ऐसे this will happen like this. तो वो तो भी नहीं बोलना है. Okay?
Sir.
And थोड़ा सा be a little more confident, be a little more assertive, and otherwise it is good. It is a good start. I'm sure in the coming interviews you will do even better. All the best.
How is my communication, sir?
Any questions?
Sir, how is my communication, sir?
It is good. It is decent. It can be improved, but it's good. It's nothing much to worry. थोड़ा नर्वस थे शायद, इसलिए थोड़ा सा खुल के नहीं बोल पाए.
Sir, I found it, sir, in the starting, sir. When I started, but
कोई
later
बात
I
नहीं.
got comfortable, sir.
It's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay, young man. We always start somewhere. Keep the
Sir.
जोश high. Sit
Sir.
smart. थोड़ा अच्छे से जोश में बैठना है. एकदम स्मार्ट, एकदम समझ गया ना, एकदम धड़क
Sir.
से, एकदम पूरे तरीके से बैठना है. अपॉर्चुनिटी समझना है इसको और
Sir.
अच्छे से पढ़ के kill the exam. We want to see you in the final list. Okay.
Sir. Sir,
अच्छे
when
से
should I
पढ़ो.
give the next, sir?
Whenever you feel 2-3 days, give the mock 2-3 days.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Work on the feedback that I've mentioned and
Sir.
give the next mock. Read
Okay.
widely, read about, also watch the other mocks that we are also sharing so
Sir,
that
I'm
you get an
continuously
idea.
following it, sir.
Also, listen to the feedback part will be very important. Listen to the feedback that we're giving to other candidates also. Okay?
Sir.
So
Sir.
that will be important. Pick up what is the common feedback so that you don't repeat that mistake. Also read widely. So that is the thing. Okay? All the best.
Sir.
Thank
you,
you.
sir.